So in case I didn't clarify yet, I just got out of the DMV. 2 hours of my morning shot to hell. I was missing 2 different paperworks, but I didn't really find it out until I was at the desk. And now I'm still missing 1 other paperwork in order to get the car registered in Massachusetts. So here I am going to AAA now. There are not enough hours in the day. This little girl is begging for love and attention. I just got off like an hour-long FaceTime with my mom. It went a little bit longer than I expected because I still have a lot of things I have to do today, but I missed her, so I wanted to spend some time kind of just catching up with her. So I'm about to do a crock pot chicken, and it has just occurred to me that the chicken I want to use is frozen. As I showed yesterday, I had already gone to the DMV and AAA. We had a bunch of issues with paperwork. Ultimately, my plan is to get our vehicle re-registered or transferred into the Massachusetts system. So earlier this morning, I headed back to the DMV. Something in me had a feeling that they still weren't going to accept the paperwork that I had on file. Lo and behold, we get there. Again, they denied me. They didn't want to take my paperwork. They wanted to recharge me sales tax in Massachusetts, even though we've already paid for it in California. Long story short, they want to charge me $650. And the funny thing is that I can't even really like escape this. This is kind of something that we have to do. You have to have a parking permit in order to park on the street. And in order to get the parking permit, you need to be registered in Massachusetts. So it's just a little bit frustrating because as it is, having moved here to Massachusetts, we have spent so many thousands of dollars. And with the move and everything and me just not really finding a flow, my work output, my design output, yarn, everything's kind of just been like on hold. So I'm not really making money right now. And it makes it even more stressful that the DMV can't just like get their shit together. So yeah, now catching up to where we are now, I am currently in the works of editing the V-neck tutorial. Who is that? I kind of have some mixed feelings on it because I had recorded this tutorial so long ago. And now that I'm pulling up the footage, I am already discovering some issues that I'm having. Like, there are a few clips that I recorded everything with a microphone, but I must have not had it like plugged in all the way because there is no audio. I just feel awkward as I'm editing this just because it feels so disjointed. This design in particular is very much a hot summer days style design, and I'm already like into the sweaters. I'm not sure how well received this tutorial is gonna be, but I've already put in half of the work, so I might as well finish it up. I like this tutorial. I can't keep making an excuse for my work and getting distracted by other bullshit. So I'm just gonna do what's in front of me. I'm gonna film as much as I can today and record. And then hopefully if I'm still in the mood, I really wanna crochet a little bit more on that sweater pattern that I'm working on, which is gonna be exciting because I'm actually gonna be wearing that sweater first thing once it's finished. There's no worse feeling than discovering you have to frog everything that you just crocheted. I was genuinely so frustrated in this moment that I couldn't even talk. I can't talk about it right now. I'm about to tear out this whole front panel. It's way too big. Way too big. Thought about ripping it out. A couple rows back. Decided to keep going. It's just not gonna work out. Wow, the sirens are really going off today. As you can tell, we just got out of the shower. My hair is still a little wet, but now that it's starting to grow out a little bit, I don't really know what to do with my hair anymore. So I'm trying out new, very simple new hairstyles just because I need to like pull it up and out of my face. You can really see just how like clean and dry my skin is right now. So I thought it'd be fun to do a very quick and simple morning face routine. I've been testing out the Banish Acne Kit. So the very first step that I like to go in with is the Acne Fighter Gel. Apparently it's really good for not only eczema prone skin, but also acne prone skin. And as y'all know, my forehead, chin, and jaw section, for some reason, is where I be getting the acne. So I'm gonna go in with the Fighter Gel first. Kind of like aloe vera-y consistency. It's very gel, but I just like to slap it right on my forehead. So literally wherever I have a problem area, me knowing that all areas are problem areas. And then I just like to go in as well with a little bit more underneath. All right, step one is done. And then other than that, I just like to top it off with the Banish Vitamin C Cream. It's a daily moisturizer, and to be honest, I use this not only in the morning, but also at night, fresh out the shower. But I love that it has vitamin C in there because supposedly the vitamin C is going to help combat the hyperpigmentation. So I just take a little bit of that cream on my finger, and then, you know, we're just gonna rub it all in everywhere. My face might be a little bit red right now because I do be rubbing pretty hard, but do you see how good this looks? Like, don't look there, okay? I did that to myself, but the rest of my skin has been so drastically improved, especially since we moved here. Yeah, that's it, literally 2 steps. I also do this full little system on the entirety of my back because y'all know your girl be struggling with the back knee. But I'd have to say that after like the first few days of just using the Fighter Gel, all of my really huge breakouts on my back were shrunken down so significantly. Totally not sponsored by them. I just thought I kind of needed to do my due diligence and talk about how my progress was going, since I did originally mention them about 3 or 4 videos ago. This is really close to running out. Granted, I do, like I said, I use this not only like on my face, but also like my whole back. So I'm down to like the slim pickings here. Okay, I'm down to crumbs. This is one that I'm gonna stay restocked on until the end of time because I can't see myself getting rid of this one. Taking a quick walk. I'm actually on the way to pick up my sister-in-law. She's coming to visit us here in Boston. I think I'm gonna try to get a little bit of crocheting done at a coffee shop because I'm trying to finish up that sweater pattern that I started. Head to South Station and pick her up. I think she's also bringing one of her friends with her. It's cold already. Fall is here. Fall is here.
dip is elite.
It's been a little bit of time since I actually showed you guys any type of progress, but this is how the sweater is coming together so far. Just barely whip stitched the front and the back panel together. So we're starting to come up to the tail end of this project. I did already start crocheting one of the sleeves, but I still need to add on at least a few more rows because it's just not quite long enough yet. But she's getting there. So maybe I should like try this on and show you how the sweater is looking so far. Ugh. But at the moment, look at that. Look at that. We're starting to see an actual sweater come together. Now that we live on the East Coast, we have radiators, which is something I've never had in a home before. So if you hear whistling, it's because the heat is on and it's cold today. But I did leave off a good amount at the neckline because y'all know I want to add some type of like collar, maybe like a little bit of ribbing. So I still have to add ribbing to the neckline, the sleeves, ribbing to the cuffs of the sleeves, as well as, I don't know, like a little collar-ish, a band to the bottom of the sweater. But yeah, I think it looks really good so far. I'm not sure if I've mentioned it so far in this vlog, but I did get like all the way done with the front panel, and then I realized it was way too big. So I frogged the entire thing. Devastating. It was like 2.5 hanks of yarn that I had to rewind up, but we're back. We made a more convenient size for me. Like it's still baggy enough and oversized enough. And if I want it to be like even baggier, I could also like block it and stretch it out a little bit. But I think this is like the perfect fit. It looks so good. I'm starting to get really excited because it truly looks like a sweater now instead of just a square. I'm gonna work on this a little bit more today. I do have the filming set up again. We have the lights. Yeah, I'll probably put in like another hour and a half onto this project and then call it a day because I've been in this room all morning. But yeah, a little sweater update for you guys. Really loving kind of like this slight sheer effect. It gets a little bit lacy, kind of gives me like eyelet vibes, but of course I am using 100% wool, so I'll stay warm no matter what. But I love this design so far. I think it's really coming out pretty much the way I envisioned it, if not a little bit better. So pat on the back for that, kudos to me. But yeah, I'm just gonna work a little bit more. Hopefully this sweater can be done in like the next week. So I just got ready for the day. Let me explain. Okay, as my hair is starting to grow out, my bangs are getting so long that they're just like in my eyes. So I figured I would just like kind of curl them up a little bit to get them out of my face. Yeah, I'm not too sure how I'm feeling about this kind of hairdo. Like it's kind of giving me like Sabrina Carpenter vibes, and that's not what I was going for. We're just gonna deal with it today because something very exciting was delivered this morning. Now, by the time that I'm filming this video, you've probably seen so many people post about this, but pretty sure this is my TL Yarn Crafts and Hobbii collaboration package. I got so excited because around a week ago, maybe like a week and a half ago, I got an email from some people on Tony's team telling me how much they love my work and what I do. And then, you know, they offered to send out a package. So I will be unboxing this later. I'm so thrilled to open up this box, but I think I'm gonna wait till later because yeah, I kind of just want to save up the excitement for the unboxing and, you know, be in the right frame of mind. Right now, I'm still kind of like waking up and getting ready for the day. I just started making my morning coffee, but we're just gonna finish it together. I'm gonna add in my special little ingredients. So of course, number one, Trader Joe's oat brown sugar creamer. This is a must. Honestly, I only like a little bit of this or else it starts to get really sweet. So just enough to like, you know, cover the bottom. Next up, I have to add a splash of some more Trader Joe's non-dairy oat milk because I've been making the transition to non-dairy milks and stuff like that. Got my espresso ready. I just made a mess all over the floor. And now, oh yeah. Little ASMR for you guys. Look at this. Look at how delicious this looks. First sip together, let's see. Golly, that is some strong coffee. I like it. So you might be thinking to yourself, like, it looks like such a gorgeous, bright, sunny day. Weather in Boston is rather deceiving. I woke up this morning and I was like, you know, it looks warm out there, but it's kind of chilly. And then I checked my phone, 36 degrees. 36 degrees in the morning. Now I know for a lot of you guys who have been living on the East Coast, like that is just very traditional weather, okay? It's nothing out of the ordinary. In all honesty, 36 is probably not even that cold for the East Coast, but coming from a born and raised Cali girl, to be honest, it's not terrible out, okay? It's not so cold that I'm like dying inside. Like as long as I've got my little puffer jacket on, I'm good to go. But it's, for me, it's very unusual. 36 degrees is very close to freezing. That right there is enough to stop me from wanting to go out. And unfortunately for me, my gym is downtown, so I have like a 15-minute walk to the T, I have like a 15-minute train ride, and then I have like another 5 to 10-minute walk to the gym. And it's freaking always windy downtown. Like it feels low-key like a little blizzard there. So yeah, today is not a workout day. 36 degrees, I'm just not feeling it today. I'm really not. My motivation has kind of been like up and down. It's a huge roller coaster. Some days I feel like really on it and I'm just like knocking everything off the to-do list. And then there's days like yesterday and today where I'm just staring at my notebook and staring blankly at my computer. And I'm just gonna kick it inside today. Almost there. I still have maybe a few more rows, and then I don't want to crochet it all the way to the edge of my wrist because I still want to add like a cuffing. The sun is in and out. How am I gonna film like this?
We have a special surprise today. I like to call this segment TL Yarn Crafts just dropped a new collaboration with Hobbii. So we're just gonna unbox this together and see what lovely yarns her and Hobbii have created. Some people, all right, first thing I see straight out of the box, that's pretty freaking wild. A new yarn tote bag. I mean, I'm not gonna say no, she's holographic. Instant love, instant. So when they first reached out to me, they asked if I had like a specific color palette in mind. And if you guys know anything about me, warm tones, earth tones are kind of pretty much up my alley. So they sent over a few different shades and of course, all of my favorite earth tony colors, some greens and some blues. So this is Tony's new line with Hobbii, and this is part of her happy place. This is called Apricity. Apricity is the feeling of the sun during the cold winter months, like when it's touching your skin and you feel all warm and cozy inside. So just upon first glance, this feels like it's gonna be the perfect, kind of like your go-to cozy fiber. It's very squishy, okay? Super, super fluffy. It's very lightweight. So immediately my head is already kind of going towards like sweaters, scarves, anything thick and chunky. But I love so much that this feels extremely lightweight. So the Apricity line is actually made with 65% alpaca, 28% polyamide, and 7% wool. Apricity is also labeled as a number 6 super bulky fiber, which upon first glance, it looks a little bit more like a number 5 chunky. But I have a feeling that because this is a chainette construction, okay, hollow tube, fibers blown through. It's so lightweight and airy that it's going to work up even thicker than I'm imagining. But there's also a ton of ways that you can kind of play around with this fiber and make really tight, dense stitches versus something that's a little bit more airy and lightweight. So my first project that kind of comes to mind is oversized shawl. Especially with this number 6 bulky fiber, it's going to work up so fast, but it's not going to be like heavy and weigh me down. So we have a handful of different colorways that I just wanted to kind of preview for you guys. This first one is colorway number 18. It's a really gorgeous, kind of like a dove blue. But one thing I've also noticed with this line of yarn is that it almost has like a marled effect. So if you look really closely, you can see darker shades of blue, but also like these more like muted, lighter, airy shades. Next up, this was my favorite one that Tony posted about. I believe this is called Tawny Olive, and this is colorway number 6. Again, you can see like that mustardy yellow, but you can see these like darker splashes of almost like an espresso brown. So it does give it like a dual or almost multi-tone look at the squish factor. Do we see this? We have this more green apple shade. This is colorway 21. For a more taupey option, this is colorway number 2. And again, you can see kind of like a gray, but this is such a unique fiber. Next, we have colorway number 5, which is a much deeper, more warm toned brown shade. And then the final colorway that they sent over is colorway number 19, which is this very deep and saturated, almost like a petrol green. I have a few different projects that kind of come to mind. I'm kind of leaning towards like a granny square vest. So I could use a few of these different like brown tone shades, switch out every few rows. Tony has been posting about a rainbow scarf that she made with her Apricity, but I know that micro scarves are kind of like back in season, at least for me. So I would really like to use, again, a few different brown shades, maybe even something like this, and make a little stripy micro scarf. I just want to say a very huge thank you to TL Yarn Crafts, Tony, and her entire team for even considering me in the first place. I feel very grateful and honored that they thought of me and they appreciate my work so much. So I just want to do my best work. Stay tuned for future updates with the Apricity yarn because y'all know we got some projects coming. So that's going to be a wrap. You want the Apricity? Oh my god, Suki with Apricity. Hey, whoa. Totally. Okay, have to get. Alright.